2, 1. Okay, guys. Okay, so this video is really showing you how to plan for the assignment. Okay, I've given you an overview of the assignment. Remember, the aim of the assignment is ultimately to produce a SUD scheme. All right, in Charlotte Street. Okay, just outside our window here. But one of the things that we really need to do before we do that is maybe do a plan. Now you can write a plan down. Okay, I'll give you in the previous sort of video and in previous lessons, I'd given you a list of table of contents of what you've got to write. So let's sort of show what that's actually going to really be like. All right. So if we think about Charlotte Street, this is here. Okay, I'm just making sure that we've got. So if I go about there, keep it straight, reasonably straight. So here we get to the top of Charlotte Street. Okay. And we ultimately have got this, yeah? Alright, something like this. It doesn't have to be perfect. I'm not the greatest drawer in the world, okay? Alright, so I'll label it in a second, alright? So, okay, so something like that. Let's say something like that, sorry. So something like that, okay? So it's a wrap, something like that, okay? The link building is here, okay? Charlotte Street. Okay. Camden is here. So we're looking out our window. At the top of Charlotte Street are these bollards to stop cars coming down, to ensure it's pedestrianised and bicycles only. Okay, bicycles can get in through there through a bicycle route, and use the car park for the link. Okay. So ultimately, we're going to put a SUD scheme in here, okay? So there's going to be a SUD here of some kind, all right? But before we get to that point, we've got to talk about other things: drainage, services, roads, footpaths, because the SUD scheme is all linked to that. Because ultimately, we may come up with a SUD scheme that includes porous blocks, maybe, okay? Greenery, all right? Certain type of drainage, okay, that enhances the environment and is therefore environmentally sustainable. Okay, so we've got to link it all together, and it's understanding that concept of linking it all together is what will get you the distinction, is what will get you the merits. Okay, making those connections. The stronger you make those connections, the easier it is for me to award you a distinction. So you think we're producing a sort of little housing development here on those houses that you've designed for Jigisha in graphical design. Okay, I'm going to use a bit of positive and negative space. So I'm just going to use rectangles, okay. Here, there's one house there maybe. It's not the scale, alright, there's one house here. I don't know, there's one here. And it's sort of, not to make it too, sort of, make it a bit asymmetrical. Okay, there, okay. So I've got 4 houses. They're high-spec houses. There they are. All right, sorry, it went out of they're high-spec houses. 4 bedrooms, I think, aren't they? 3 or 4 bedrooms, 2-story. Okay, obviously, we'd have to, because we're only making 4, maybe 5. You could have 5. It's up to you. All right, ultimately, we'd have to include some really high-spec stuff. All right, okay, to make them, to justify maybe the cost of them, all right? So, and the canal is here, by the way, so you just get a sort of perspective of where we're at, okay? So this is the proposal. These don't exist at the moment. There's a car park there at the moment, all right? Just using positive and negative space, and you can see I've done quite a nice little 2D drawing, nothing special. I'm sure you can do a lot better than me. And it gives me an idea of what I'm trying to achieve. I'm visualizing something now. I can see it. All right. Now I could leave it there, but I won't in this case, okay? Because there are, as I say, we've got to start off with drainage, okay? We've got 2 sorts of drainage. We've got foul water drainage, okay? And we've got surface drainage, okay? Now we can have a combined system or a separate system. So again, keywords: combined Are we going to have combined, or are we going to have a separate system? We've got to write about the two before we make a choice. All right, so you need to write about the both before you make a choice. Maybe some diagrams. All right, and if you think about what foul is linked to human waste. So whether that's the bath water, the washing up water, or toilet, it doesn't really matter. It would be considered foul. Okay, and ultimately it would go into the main sewage system, where it would go to a sewage farm where it's treated before it's discharged into the water system, whether that's directly into the sea or via the rivers. Okay, so we need to clean it up first. All right, the surface runoff, the surface water drainage system, that goes directly into the river or the sea, depending on where we're at, or canal even maybe. Okay, sounds great in principle. What tends to happen though, when we got heavy rain, might not flood around here in Birmingham, but because we're discharging a lot of water, surface water could get flooded in, for instance, downstream of us, okay, in Coventry, Worcester, Gloucester, places like that. Okay, all right, because you've got this excess water, it's got to go somewhere, goes into the rivers and the canals, and basically it starts to rise and floods. Okay, so and then it damages property. Okay, so you need to write about that, you need to explain that, you need to give advantages and disadvantages of combined systems and separate systems. Okay, do a bit of research, remember to note your websites and then put them in the bibliography at the end. So if we think about it, if we just take one house, okay, so we say this is the rear and that's the front. Okay, our surface water system is going to come straight off the roof into the gutter, down pipe, and will probably come here like that. Okay, the same at the front as well, exactly the same. All right, and then we'll link them together like that. Okay, all right, now we might do the same here. All right, so we might do the same here, sorry, like that, and we may replicate this on the other side. Okay, so again, we may replicate this on the other side. You know, simple designs, okay, front and back, very simple designs. We could extend that, or we could extend that at the back. Okay, all right, and ultimately they link into the sewage system, which probably is underneath Charlotte Street here. Okay, all right, and it's going to flow downwards. Okay, that's our flow, because it's quite a steep hill, as you know. All right, so ultimately, all right, there you go. Okay, front and back. Okay, yeah, I'll probably join there. Maybe we would have an inspection chamber here, an inspection chamber here, an inspection chamber here. Maybe we could justify some here. All right. Okay, so it would depends. This is why we need to write about Part H of the building regulations. So you need to do some research on Part H of the building regulations. Okay. Okay. You certainly need to do that for distinction. All right. Okay, so Part H, which I wrote down by here. All right. Now, obviously, the foul water system will depend where. Ultimately, will depend where your kitchen, your bathrooms are. Okay, and it would be separate. So it would run probably something like this. All right, and go there. All right, and again, if you said maybe you've got a toilet here, so you connect there. Maybe you've got your toilet here, so you connect there. All right. Okay, maybe you've got a bathroom by here or by here, and sorry, we'll put it at the back of the house. Sorry, we'll put it at the rear. Okay, maybe you've got a bathroom there, and you've got a kitchen here. So what you do, all right, there like that, and so on and so forth for each of the houses. Okay, and you can start to connect it up, and what it does is you're starting to visualize it. So you've got a bathroom here, and maybe the kitchen here, and again, all right, you're linking it into the foul water. Okay, it's a little bit more complicated, I know. All right, yeah, again, maybe you've got a toilet downstairs here and a toilet downstairs here, so you would link it here and you would link it here. Alright, and again, bathroom, kitchen maybe. Okay, and you'd link there. Alright, bathroom. I'm just seeing which way it goes there, from there, and there. Okay, bathroom, kitchen. So we go along there like that. Again, maybe I'm trying to sort of work it out here. So there's your toilet by the front door there, okay. Bathroom at the back, kitchen here, sorry, and bathroom there, and it sort of links into you. And again, you'd maybe have inspection chambers, and you'd probably, I'm just saying to do that, you'd probably simplify this eventually, okay. So this is just a rough draft, but what it's doing is it's allowing me to visualize it as I move those pencil shapes around. It's allowing me to visualize it. It's not the most perfect scheme. It probably doesn't meet Part H of building regulations, all right? But I'm starting to visualize it, and then I understand what's going on, okay? And then what I can do then, I can write that in my own words in many respects now, all right?